What's up, y'all? And this is basically just a life story of my life up to this point for anybody that was actually kind of interested in what has went on with me and my life in general. So I'm going to tell y'all. My life is actually kind of an interesting story up to this point. I mean, everybody's got an interesting story, but I think my life could really be made into a movie and be quite entertaining, really. So, anyways, I was born in Fort Hood, Texas, on an army base. Born 8 pounds 9 ounces, and my dad was a veteran. He fought over in Desert Storm for the United States military. Um, and after that, went back and moved to a little town called Monticello, Illinois, where I was raised pretty much most of my life on a family ranch that we had. Growing up, I got into a lot of fights in school. I was always causing a lot of trouble and brawling it out with other kids, and people would pick on me and I'd knock them out. But anyways, uh, and in a sense, I ended up being a better adult because I lived on a farm. So with that being said, there was, I was pitching hay and I even showed a lot of cattle too. Was a real big thing that was really big with my family. My family name had been known for showing cattle and also for how good our beef was that we sold for many, many years. And actually, an interesting fact about my family is the fact that going way back with my grandpa used to have auctions with cattle and stuff that the owner of Budweiser actually used to come out and sell beer there at those auctions. But anyways, growing up, I always showed cattle and went fair to fair and stuff, and it was pretty entertaining. I didn't find it entertaining as a kid, to be honest. I fucking hated it. To be completely honest with everybody, I hated showing cattle. I did not, I did not appreciate what the situations that were given to me as a child. I didn't really like living in the country, which is something I don't openly admit. I fucking hated it. But then I got older, I started liking it. But growing up, I remember the first time I seen, because I always listened to I listened to a lot of Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash and Hank Jr. and stuff like that is what I was brought up on, because that's what my dad listened to. And then I remember this one time I heard my sister, she was in the other room, and I heard this song. This guy was just going nuts, man. And it was Garth Brooks, and that was actually my first inspiration to be a musician. From there, just pretty much went. But then I got a little bit older. From there, it went from that to Dimebag Darrell. The first time I ever heard that, that opening riff of Cowboys from Hell, the kind of thing, to everybody, Sweet Home Alabama, dun 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 dun, and from there I got a little bit older. My sister was my best friend in the whole entire world, and she had some problems, and she died when I was 16, I believe it was, and I had a really, really hard time with that, and was just in a very not good state of mind, and shut a lot of people out, and I think at the time before it happened, I was this close to really actually trying to start with my music, but then when she died, it just gone. Everything was gone. It's like jacking off and nothing coming out. It was just terrible. It sucked. But and then I got a little bit older, and I remember buying a Squire Strat. I think it was a Bullet Strat, Squire Bullet Strat. I believe. And I got that and was listening and just I wasn't getting it. I just playing around like a fucking retard. And then just one day, I just got, I realized that I had a good voice, and I had a bunch of people telling me, because I'd go here and there and everywhere at karaoke, and I'd have people, man, you have a good voice, you should be in a band or something, man. And I've had people say that pretty much my whole life, and then I've also had other, very few people be like, oh man, you suck. I've had very few people ever say that I suck. But, anyways, it got to a point to where that guitar was something that it was all I wanted. So I thrived at it, and I kept pushing, and that's kind of led me to where I am today, to the point to where now I'm writing my own music, which started where I wasn't really that good at it, to be honest. A lot of my songs that I wrote were shit, and I'll be the first to tell you that. And I still got work to do, just like any musician does. I'm currently working on trying to get a band going, kind of thing. But it's always hard and it's always frustrating, because people, especially starting out, actually getting into the actual process of where you need to be from all the hard work that you put into it, people not wanting to give you a chance, or when they gave you a chance you weren't actually ready, and then now you are ready, and then it's just like, well, you're, fuck off kind of thing. But yeah, it's pretty much, that's pretty much my life story. I mean, there might be a few things that I left out, but in a general nut wrap, that's pretty much my life story. But yeah, anyways, this has been Doug Stoger with the life and times of yours truly up to this point. Oh, and I guess I could add that in there too. I didn't really talk about relationships, because what's there to talk about relationships? Everybody's had up and down relationships, but there was one relationship in general that I think crushed me quite a bit in every way, and it hurt really bad, and I was just lost forever. And my brother ended up living with me for a while because I was just devastated and was just boozing it and popping pills and all kinds of shit. Was just fucking miserable and didn't give a fuck. But I came out of it, and my other brother, after all that had happened, I actually found Jesus through all that, accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior, and I'm now playing in the church band, which is really awesome, and I'm blessed to be doing that and being a part of that. God's definitely on the move all the time. But, yeah, that's pretty much my life story up to this point. Recently I met a girl that was, she's just amazing, and is so supportive of me. And honestly, for the first time, I feel loved and get treated right by a girl, so it's different for me. I'm very blessed to have her. But anyways, that's been the life and story and the lifetimes of Doug Stoger Jr. Yours truly, y'all. Anyways, I hope I didn't bore y'all too much. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Sorry it wasn't really a dipping video, but that's been the life and times of yours truly so far. But anyways, have a good one, y'all.